and the week's trade. Right now, as we speak, we're down 120 points, seeing some profit booking after 8 days of run. Siddarth Bhamre, the research head at Religare, broking, now joins us. Siddarth, everyone that we've spoken to over the last 1 week has said that perhaps the value is going to be generated outside of the large caps. Small caps, where the index is still about 18–20% away from its lifetime high levels. Any interesting ideas that you have for us in the small cap space?
Definitely, man. So, I tend to slightly disagree with that opinion because had that been the case, this market has given enough, time and, support to broader market to do well. I just want to, make a small comparison between what has happened in June and till date. So we were, in doldrums, we were around 15,000, 15,500, negativity around, dollar index around 150, crude around $115 index was quite high. And there was too much of negativity. And that is the time between that June-July period we were very optimistic on market because all these negativity and short positions in market would have given a decent, support to this market. Now, in case of India, we were also seeing that there was good amount of growth, there was good amount of corporate earnings support, and that's the reason market was buy. Now, at this juncture, Rima, at 20% higher from what we were at June, and most of the factors now turning positive, and not that corporate earnings were like too good for market to justify this valuation. We are not very optimistic on market from 3 months perspective. Now, why I am saying that? Because mid-cap rallies, they don't, sustain for a very long period of time. They come for 1–2 months and they fizzle out. So this is not a time to, get into something which has not moved despite, market going up by 20%. So my take on your, question is that I would avoid getting into small cap, mid caps only because they have not moved. Our comfort on market at these higher levels is not there. I understand the larger picture remains same, nothing has changed, but valuations and some of the important parameters have changed, which are making us a bit uncomfortable in market. So I won't enter into mid cap.
Okay, all right. Hi, Sid. Good afternoon. So you'll rather prefer the large cap names than the mid cap names. Got that. But what about a couple of sectors then? The pharma space, that's been a rank underperformer, not for this year, but if you take a look at it, say the last 5–6 year perspective, it's not moved much, while the index has rocketed. Any view on this sector? And any of these stocks you like, maybe a Lotus Labs, Divi's, some of them have come out substantially from the top.
Well, I won't be able to talk stock specific in pharma because we don't cover, that space very closely. But all I can say, Nigel, that the game in pharma has changed. You can't expect the kind of performance of yesteryears in pharma where, the entire sector used to start and do really well, because that was the time when it was under a different scenario altogether. Now, pharma space, because of the generic thing, has become more of a commodity play rather than, an API or IP play. So I would, refrain from getting carried away by some of these moves happening in these laggards and try to, catch them, be it, from fundamental perspective or from 3 to 6 months perspective. So I'll stay away from pharma.
Okay, Siddarth, coming back to you, it's an interesting view. So by the macro risk, what Jahangir was referring to was, of course, the current account deficit, which is very high. His point is interest rates are not high enough there to reflect that risk. Siddarth is, of course, with us. By the way, Policy Bazaar is seeing a bit of a spike. I mean, from 475 or so, it's moved up to about, basically moved up 10 rupees in the last 10 minutes or so. So that's the stock's back up about 5% after losing the early gains that we saw. Siddarth, anything that looks interesting? I mean, broader markets, mid cap, small. I know I know your broad view, but what looks interesting? Unmute yourself, Siddarth. Siddarth, you'll have to unmute yourself. Sorry, we can't hear you. No, I think we've lost that line. We'll just try and fix that, Siddarth, and come back to you. But we'll fix that.